Good morning and welcome to the inaugural True Town Hall. Thank you so much for joining us for this exciting event. I'm Susie Westrup, the Director of Client Solutions for the True program, and we are thrilled to have so many of you tuning in to hear more about USGBC and GBCI's vision for a zero waste future. For our first town hall to be a virtual event is certainly not what we expected, but even in the middle of a global pandemic, the impact of waste on the world and the opportunity we have as a community to find solutions has not changed. If you've been tuning in to some of our lead town halls, you'll know that USGBC remains committed to a sustainable and prosperous future. Earlier this year, USGBC announced a focus on the 4 pillars of sustainability, equity, resilience, and health. These goals apply to True as zero waste presents one of the fastest, most cost-effective ways to address human health and climate change and provides equitable and safe places in our communities. Throughout the year, you'll see us weave these pillars into everything we do and demonstrate how programs like True address each of these issues. As many of you know, USGBC has been addressing waste through LEAD since the beginning. In 2016, they took the opportunity to take things even farther by investing in a small organization called the US Zero Waste Business Council. At the time, led by my colleague, Stephanie Barger, who I know many of you know well. The Zero Waste Certification Program was modeled after LEAD and designed by top zero waste businesses and experts, focusing on creating a circular zero waste economy for all. The True program has grown significantly and now supports zero waste efforts around the world. The team has also grown to include the faces you see here to ensure that we are continuing to make progress and to grow the zero waste movement as much as possible. I also would like to recognize and thank our colleague and my own personal teacher, Stephanie Barger, a longtime leader in the zero waste movement. Stephanie formed the US Zero Waste Business Council back in 2012, which laid the foundation for the True program as we know it today. Stephanie is behind the scenes today fielding participant questions, so if you have questions about zero waste or True for Mahesh, please submit them in the box on your screen. Our team extends beyond staff, and our work is supported by the valuable contributions of our advisory council. I'd like to take a moment now to recognize them for their service to the True program, and more importantly to the global zero waste movement, which is having demonstrable impacts on the environment, providing green jobs, and promoting human health and well-being globally. Without their support, we couldn't have grown the program from where it was to where it is today. I want to give a special thanks to Sue Beats Atkinson, our fearless leader and chair of the True Advisory Council, an assessor for True certification who was key in the development of the rating system and has consistently been a leader in driving the zero waste movement forward. Zero waste is a team sport, and in addition to Stephanie, Sue, and the whole True Advisory Council, we want to thank all of our partners, clients, and service providers for making True what it is today. True stands for Total Resource Use and Efficiency. Its acronym showcases how we seek to instill a more circular economy in which all resources are valued for their highest and best use. The program and the zero waste community have come a long way, and we have a lot to celebrate. I'm really looking forward to hearing from Mahesh, but before we do, I'd like to set the stage and provide some context on what we've accomplished this past year, highlight some of our continued efforts to make the program more inclusive and impactful than ever. While we know there are many of you in our True community who have been working on zero waste for decades, we also are welcoming new members to the program daily. So I'd just like to remind everyone that True is USGBC and GBCI's zero waste program, which is designed to drive sustainable and resilient circular economies through upstream waste reduction. The True rating system's focus is on upstream policies and practices with an emphasis on metrics. Each category in the True rating system provides opportunities for operational process improvements, and the credits are strategies to help you along your journey to zero waste. Projects are finding value engaging with the program because It helps them reduce operational costs and engage with their communities, resulting in these positive outcomes. By closing the loop, True facilities save money, resources, and energy, reduce greenhouse gases, liability, and pollution, reinvest their resources locally, create jobs, and add value to their organization and the community. In San Francisco, Kilroy Realty and their tenant sales force worked with True advisors from All About Waste to achieve True Gold certification for their commercial office high-rise. Waste reduction and implementing reusables in their break areas led them to right-size their recycling compactor, which contributed to them saving $78,000. Their reduction strategies also helped them eliminate over 31 tons of single-use plastic. So from our first certified project, Sierra Nevada Brewing Company in Chico, California, which reached True Platinum in 2013, to our most recent 177th certification at Soldiers Memorial Military Museum in St. Louis, Missouri. Projects range from microsites to large corporate campuses across all industries, including manufacturing, retail, hospitality, offices, and higher education. The work every single one of you are doing is showcasing how possible it is for our future to be healthier, cleaner, and one without waste. Of our 177 projects, 1/3 are at the platinum level, which showcases just how much True projects and organizations are rising to this challenge. This past year, we've also seen our first projects in Vietnam, Greece, Colombia, the United Kingdom, as well as many states, with notable growth in the Midwest and the South. Earlier this month, the Bailey Company was our first certification in Tennessee, with a diversion of 99.57% waste. And in February, Postie Cards was the first project in Missouri, also achieving platinum certification. We also have several new projects in the hospitality sector, including Chumash Casino with an impressive 610,000 square feet of certified space, and at the boutique scale, Westbourne Restaurant in New York City. We are so grateful for our new partners and project teams, but many of our clients have been working with True for years and have taken the rating system and implemented it across multiple facilities in their portfolio, from manufacturing sites to offices. Raytheon, Disney, and Earth Friendly Products all have certified multiple facilities and have continued to support our work through participation on the True Advisory Council. Cintas has certified 7 of their 8 distribution centers, with the final one in process. As a company, their philosophy and culture was all about zero waste long before it was a globally recognized term. In 1929, their founders created a process for laundering and reusing shop rags that were being disposed by manufacturing facilities during the Great Depression. Reuse was good for business then, just as it is now. Another company leading the way is Cox Communications. They worked with their supply chain to bring their vendor, CTDI, along their zero waste journey with them, which additional technology companies like Cisco are also doing to create closed-loop supply chains. One of our newest adaptations of True is for events. In the same way that True certified facilities align sustainability goals with clear results, True certified events ensure that zero waste is possible, even for temporary occasions, and it also appeals to sustainably minded participants. One team who has successfully hosted a True certified zero waste green build 3 years in a row is our own USGBC conference and events team. A special thanks goes to Rianne and Kim, who helped contribute to the development of our True for Events certification. Our other company with True certified events is Microsoft. They didn't stop with True certification for their corporate campus. In fact, they've certified their 1-week annual hackathon twice now. So whether you're a coffee roaster or a building product manufacturer, or maybe you work in the automobile or apparel industry, True can support your organization by showcasing your environmental leadership, engaging your stakeholders, and increasing efficiency while reducing costs and saving resources. We wouldn't be seeing the growth of the program without our family of True advisors. In 37 countries across the world, individuals are educating themselves on zero waste and the strategies within the True rating system. True advisors range from students to consultants, work for local governments, or within a facility pursuing True certification. They're also starting small businesses or social enterprises, supporting circular and resilient local economies. In addition to growing professional development for True and zero waste through our True Advisor, the True team offers training through our in-depth workshops. In 2019, we hosted 18 workshops across 3 continents in 7 countries, reaching thousands. Now people from Los Angeles to Hong Kong are equipped to help their organization achieve zero waste. Due to our current situation, we've increased our virtual content, and True education sessions and trainings are available on demand as courses on the USGBC education site. Join us for our upcoming live webinars and get excited for some great zero waste content during our virtual Greenbuild conference this fall. All of this rich educational content is only possible thanks to our generous and amazing volunteers from project teams and partner organizations who collaborate with us to deliver our workshops and webinars. Over the past year, we've had so many champions for True and zero waste education. Thank you all. We're so grateful that our list is actually too long to recognize everyone, but pictured here on the left, you see Denise Braun, a True advisor with over 20 years of experience. She is the principal of All About Waste, a woman and minority-owned sustainability and zero waste consulting firm based in Los Angeles, California. And pictured directly to Mahesh's right, volunteering at Greenbuild, is another True advisor, Allison Tombesi. Allison is the environmental engineer at a True certified Pensuco cement plant. From the bottom of our hearts, we thank you, all of our volunteers, from the emerging professionals to the seasoned leaders. Through developing strong partnerships with organizations with similar values to ours, we collectively address some of the huge challenges in our current waste infrastructure. Industry partners, including some that you see on the screen, provide valuable resources for True projects beyond the rating system and will help build the infrastructure and community needed for us to transition to a truly circular economy. I'm excited to hear more from Mahesh today about our vision for zero waste. But before that, I want to hand it over to my colleague Gautami to talk about ARC.
Thank you, Susie, and thank you, True. ARC is thrilled to be a part of this very important conversation. My name is Gautami, and I lead client solutions at ARC. This gives me the tremendous opportunity to work with sustainability professionals like all of you, driving positive impact globally. The current situation has shown us that we are flexible and we can change behavior if we want to. As we venture out of our homes, we have the opportunity to leapfrog into a more efficient and high-performance alternative. The materials we bring into our space and take out from them have significantly been influenced in the last 3 months, and there is opportunity to continue with this positive change. At ARC, we offer tools to help you track where you are today and how far or close you may be to positive impact. ARC is a technology platform that takes in data and converts it into a score. The performance score serves as an actionable reference of a space, building, community, or city's environmental performance. Higher scores indicate better performance. Over the next few minutes, I want to illustrate how ARC can meet you where you are today. You've already taken the most important step of joining this conversation. You can drive change through data. Join over 10,000 properties in nearly 90 countries who are focused on improving efficiency and leveraging ARC to benchmark performance. Most of these facilities start with evaluating the facility's current performance, understanding what's coming into the space and understanding how it's being used before a small quantity might leave the space. To help you with this, you can enter data in ARC, which converts it into a score. Within ARC, you can enter the quantity of materials generated and the quantity of materials diverted to generate a waste performance score. Within the ARC platform, you can compare the score to your own historical data to reflect on improvements. You can compare to a local average and a global average to understand the performance of peers. And you can create a portfolio across all the properties within your organization to compare and contrast to find areas of improvement. All these tools are available at no cost, and you can begin benchmarking today on www.arcscoro.com. Once you've evaluated the performance of the facility, you have a better understanding and you can begin to take incremental steps towards higher efficiencies. As you undertake activities to improve performance, ARC offers tools that helps you understand where and when the most beneficial activity can occur. So for example, within its paid module called ARC Essentials, ARC offers toolkits to model scores, analyze markets, and the ability to generate reports. For example, if you're looking to improve your waste performance score, you might want to understand how much should you decrease in terms of generation and how much should you increase in terms of diversion. This sort of permutation combination is available in the score modeling toolkit. Once you've evaluated the performance of your facility, undertaken steps to improve the performance, now is the time to leverage third-party verifications and certifications that offer assurance on the performance of your facility. GBCI's family of products are designed to meet your goals. ARC's performance certificates help you celebrate the performance level in one or all categories undertaken in ARC. These are energy, water, waste, transportation, and human experience. You can also consider one or more of GBCI's certification programs like LEED, LEED Zero, and of course True to achieve higher levels of performance and globally celebrated moments of leadership. Together, we are here to celebrate this certification your team has worked so hard for. It showcases what is possible and inspires people around you to take action. And together, we can contribute to a healthy, equitable, and resilient future. On that note, and to hear more about our vision for this future, I'm so honored to introduce the President and CEO of USGBC, GBCI and ARC, Mahesh Ramanujam.
Thank you, Gautami, and thank you, Susie, for that excellent start. And thank you all for joining us today. I hope that you and your families are all staying safe and healthy. In 1993, when USGBC was founded, there was no way to know if a building was truly green and no agreed upon guidelines to help those who wanted to build that way. Recognizing the need to address this, USGBC created the LEED Green Building Program as a way to measure and define what green building meant and to provide a roadmap for developing sustainable buildings. LEED was created through an extraordinary and unprecedented collaboration of designers, contractors, real estate executives, developers, product manufacturers, owners. The entire building design, construction, operations, manufacturing, and reuse continuum was in the room in one way or another. This integrated industry collaboration helped establish a baseline, a universally agreed upon holistic system for reducing environmental impact and providing a quality indoor environment, and always with the goal of reducing carbon emissions, addressing climate-related risk, and improving occupant and community health and wellness. And thanks to the partnership and support of this community, green building has grown into a $1 trillion industry, and LEED has become the most widely used green building program in the world. It's a full-scale global movement. Because of the LEED rating system and the community implementing it, people know that if they are in a LEED certified building, they are using less energy and water, avoiding waste, saving on maintenance costs, improving indoor air quality, offering comfort to their occupants, and creating less environmental burden on their community. And most importantly, they know they are in a building that enhances their health and wellness. Our experience with LEED has taught us a lot about how we can transform a market by influencing behavioral change. And while lead is at the heart of everything we do, we want our community to always have the option to go further, get faster, and dive deeper into the areas you all care about, especially those which are not covered by lead. Because if we want to tackle climate change, the single largest existential threat of our lifetime, we must do all we can to advance sustainability on all fronts. This is why in 2014, GBCI, the global certification body for LEED, started expanding to administer several other complementary rating systems that cover nearly every facet of the sustainability industry. Today, I'm excited to talk about one of these rating systems, TRUE, which stands for Total Resource Use and Efficiency. TRUE focuses on helping buildings, businesses, and communities to strengthen their commitment to resource management. USGBC and GBCI have long been committed to minimizing waste and maximizing resource efficiency, and believe that zero waste is a powerful strategy and target that will help the entire industry move forward towards a zero waste future. The LEED Green Building Program has always contained credits within the rating system designed to either reduce or avoid the amount of waste generated from the design, construction, operations, and maintenance of our buildings. And importantly, in the recent version of LEED, the construction and demolition waste management credit has been implemented so that we can reduce the amount of construction and demolition waste disposed of in landfills and incineration facilities by recovering, reusing, and recycling materials. Because according to the Ellen MacArthur Foundation, 10 to 15% of the materials are wasted during the construction process. And being able to incorporate these smarter waste management techniques upfront from a building construction point of view will significantly reduce the amount of materials being used in constructing a building. So LEED continues to do a good job of requiring waste reduction during the building construction process. But in order to advance to a zero waste future, we need to create and promote practices that prevent waste from being generated in the first place. This means we must think beyond reduction and recycling. We must rethink the way resources are both designed and created, and importantly, their end use. Ultimately, this means we need to close the loop and think circular. And this is where TRUE comes in. Our vision is simple. What LEED has done for buildings, communities, and cities, we now want TRUE to do for buildings, communities, cities, and businesses at a global scale. Because we believe that waste affects every part of our communities, and effective waste management strategies are critical to ensuring both public and environmental health. The global economy is one of immense waste. Single-use plastic, food waste, non-recyclable packaging, and industrial waste are just a few examples of how businesses, consumers, and communities contribute to this immense waste generation. And I don't need to tell this audience how mismanaged waste causes degradation to our environment, releases toxins into our bodies, damages oceans, creates greenhouse gases, and costs businesses and municipalities billions of dollars to manage, and creates an undue burden on our underprivileged communities. On average, Americans produce over 1,500 pounds of waste per person every year. Only 1/3 of these materials are recycled, and the rest goes to landfills, incineration, and the environment, including our parks, streams, and oceans. And an estimated 400,000 to 1 million deaths annually are attributable to diseases caused by mismanaged waste in low to middle income countries. These statistics are overwhelming. As far as I am concerned, this is unacceptable. But it doesn't have to be this way. I know we all want the world to be a cleaner and healthier place for future generations, and we can't accomplish this without bringing a critical focus to waste reduction and elimination efforts. And the good news is, unlike some other environmental challenges that may be beyond the control of an individual, waste is an issue everyone interacts with on a daily basis, as nearly every human activity on Earth is responsible for waste generation. Individual action is an important part of the solution, but corporate involvement is critical to achieve the change we need at scale. The 5,589 largest public traded companies in the US send 342 metric tons of waste to landfills and incinerators every day at a significant cost to both society and themselves. This is why businesses must go beyond and think critically about how to redesign processes so that less waste is produced in the first place. We need to tackle this at the start of the supply chain and not at the end of it. Although zero waste is not a new concept, implementing zero waste business practices requires rethinking, redesigning, retraining, and also new tools and strong leadership to change current waste systems. This is the problem we have. Our current waste management systems remove wasted materials in the quickest way possible from the public's view. We are trying to hide it. This approach has encouraged a throwaway society because consumers either are not aware of the consequences of their actions or don't demand accountability from a producer. The consequences of this are that society frequently sends waste back into the air, water, and land in a form that negatively impacts the environment and human health. This waste and its impacts often don't dissipate over time, such as plastic in the ocean, which may last forever. So how do we solve this problem? We need companies to demonstrate leadership by shifting to circular thinking and prioritizing processes, operations, and actions to reduce waste and resources upstream, not downstream, upstream. So they have to recognize that many of our wasteful practices stem from a lack of design and are the result of inefficient business practices. Waste, after all, is a design failure, and managing waste is a design challenge. So they have to adopt the TRUE rating system to overcome this challenge. TRUE is the first zero waste certification program dedicated to measuring, improving, and recognizing zero waste performance by encouraging the adoption of sustainable waste management and reduction practices which contribute to positive environmental, health, and economic outcomes. The transition to a truly circular economy will require us to challenge everything we have been taught about waste and begin viewing our materials or trash as a resource or an opportunity rather than something to simply discard. TRUE is designed to help guide this transition and support businesses and communities in rethinking old assumptions and redesigning processes to ensure that all resources are valued for their highest and best use. TRUE promotes a whole systems approach aimed at changing how materials flow through society, resulting in no waste. It focuses on upstream efforts, as I said earlier, including redesign, reduce, and reuse, and is not limited to downstream efforts. So a TRUE project's goal is to divert all solid waste from the landfill, incineration, and the environment. Facilities achieve certification by meeting an average of 90% or greater overall waste diversion over a period of 12 months, as well as implementing minimum program requirements within the TRUE rating system. Currently, there are nearly 220 registered and certified projects, totaling more than 96 million square feet of space across 17 countries participating in the TRUE program. We are encouraged to see global organizations deploy TRUE as their zero waste management system to standardize implementation practices and streamline the education and capacity development efforts to onboard their staff. It has to be about culture. The TRUE helps you to define that zero waste culture within your enterprise. And that's the exciting part of the TRUE program. So talking about global leaders implementing TRUE programs, I'd start with Colgate-Palmolive, which has certified 17 manufacturing facilities in 9 countries on 4 continents to TRUE, and has committed to earning 100% TRUE certification for their global operations. And pretty soon, you will even see this logo on all of the toothbrushes manufactured at their facilities. That's pretty cool. I became aware that they produce close to 8.5 billion plus toothbrushes annually every year. So think about the impact, think about the visibility that we can create for a zero waste future. So thank you, Colgate-Palmolive, for your leadership, and particularly to Vance Marola and Cassie Mahalik, who have worked relentlessly along with their extended team to provide this phenomenal leadership and defining what's possible. And we are excited to continue with them on this journey. Now, established in 1980 with a mission to brew the highest quality beer with the least environmental impact possible, Sierra Nevada Brewing Company has been reducing waste and reusing materials in creative and thoughtful ways ever since. Their closed loop approach promotes a zero waste philosophy that extends beyond just solid waste, becoming a culture rather than a program. The brewery focuses on employee education, upstream management, and source separation to achieve their zero waste goals. Their facility in Chico, California, and Mills River, North Carolina, have both achieved true platinum certification with diversion rates of 99.8% and 98.9%. I don't know how they got that number so accurately swapped. 99.8 and 98.9, and features a robust training program that reaches every single employee. And as a result of their zero waste program, they saw a net savings of more than $392,000 in 2016. The Mills River location partners actually partners with a local composter to divert organic material from landfill, utilizes the rail system to deliver malted barley to the brewery, recovers and reuses CO2 generated during the fermentation process, and continually works with packaging suppliers to reduce waste at every step of the process. The Chico location is home to the first hot rod in-vessel composting system in the US, composting all food waste from break rooms and its on-site restaurant into a nutrient-rich amendment for on-site agriculture. And they also make their own biodiesel from used fryer oil at the restaurant. As a fundamentally community-oriented, mission-driven business, Westbourne Restaurant in New York City is rethinking what it means to be a responsible hospitality company. Recognizing that our environment is in critical condition and that our food system and the way we dine are inextricably tied to the situation we have found ourselves in, Westbourne knew that they had to build sustainability and zero waste practices into every aspect of their business. From the architectural design of their restaurant to the organization and development of their menu to be seasonal, as local as possible, plant-based, and root to stem, their team's training program to their partnership decisions, Westbourne views everything through the lens of sustainability. Working with sustainability consultants in partnership with their stockists, farmers, providers, winemakers, brand designers, and in collaboration with GBCI, they were able to develop programs and systems that allow them to push the boundary on what is conventionally thought possible of sustainable restaurants and become the first restaurant certified to True. Westbourne owner Camila Marcus says, quote, "I hear it a lot. It's just restaurants. That is just the way it is. I think this certification is just to prove that it is very doable. I think if this industry is going to survive, we constantly have to innovate and be responsible in what we are doing. We are appreciative of the flexibility and unwavering willingness of True to have us pilot this program, which required much nimble thinking and creativity. Here is to a lasting relationship in the future to push the boundaries of which industries and companies can strive for zero waste goals, and of course, and other aligned principles of business and culture." Thank you, Camila, for your leadership and your kind words. And last but not the least, I have to recognize Orange Coast College Recycling Center in Costa Mesa and Mike Carey, our fearless leader, for their phenomenal leadership, as their facility is the first facility to achieve LEED, Sites, and True Platinum certification in the world. I'm always excited about this project. Now, going further, project that certified to True during the years in 2018 to 2020 had an average diversion rate of 97% and a combined estimate of 1.4 million tons of waste diverted. Now, that looks pretty small. So imagine this. Imagine if we were able to do for True what we have done for LEED and scale. True projects divert about 3,600 to 4,000 tons of waste per project per year. So we would be talking about a waste diversion rate that comes to about 200 million tons annually. And the number would go into the billions when you factor in operational certified facilities. This is exactly why we are excited about True. With all of this, we need to keep in mind our current world situation and just how important sustainability, waste reduction, and importantly, circularity will become. The impact of the global COVID-19 pandemic will be felt for years to come on the economy, on people, and on our way of life. While cities across the globe work to flatten the curve and return to some sense of normalcy, we must face a new reality. The world we return to might look nothing like the one we have left behind. At USGBC, we believe that healthy people in healthy places is the fastest way to build a healthy economy. And the global pandemic has only made our beliefs that much stronger and our mission that much more vital. We don't have to choose between public health and a healthy economy. The future will require both to thrive. That is why going forward, we'll prioritize our efforts to build people's trust that their spaces are healthy and have a positive impact not only on them, but the economy at large. At USGBC and GBCI, we are committed to the safe and efficient operation of facilities, as we know that this protects people and the environment. The true rating system inherently provides avenues to address the COVID-19 crisis while also addressing sustainability. The greatest risk reduction and resiliency strategy True provides is an overarching prevention of waste and even recyclable materials from being generated in the first place. First, this means businesses can lower their cost and quickly recover from this economic downturn. And beyond that, less materials to handle means less risk of injury or illness for janitorial staff and waste management workers. For what materials are left, many True credits and minimum program requirements encourage proper collection and sorting of solid waste and recyclable materials at the source. This reduces the need for workers to come into direct contact with contaminated materials. The rating system also includes strategies that benefit occupants and the community in a time of need, such as food donation, using local businesses, and growing food on site. And as we continue to prioritize efforts to build people's trust that their spaces are healthy and have a positive impact not only on them but at the economy at large, True provides important pathways to achieve this. From a health and wellness, resilience, and equity standpoint, but also from an economic one. In fact, 68% of the credits in True rating system directly impact public health. The connection between waste and human well-being cannot be overstated. For instance, 10% of the world's population, or I should say nearly 800 million people, depend on fisheries for their livelihoods, which are at significant risk due to the huge amount of waste that continues to flow in the world's ocean every year, damaging ecosystems. Zero waste also promotes safer products that protect our health through purchasing policies that prioritize non-toxic products and packaging and reducing the use of disposable plastics when possible, particularly those using chemicals like phthalates and bisphenol A. In addition to health and wellness, 44% of the credits in the True rating system address resiliency strategies, and 28% of the True credits promote equity and social justice, which is especially important given how waste disproportionately affects low-income communities. In fact, during this pandemic, I believe that it'll be even worse. So we all have to act. So zero waste efforts and the transition to a circular economy is also one of the fastest, most effective ways for businesses to not only protect the environment and promote human health, but also to save money and create jobs. There are many economic advantages embedded in the strategies of True that help businesses reduce operational costs and generates revenue. One of the main benefits of True certification is expedited return on investment. The reality is that if a company is throwing materials into a trash bin, then there are inefficiencies in your business and you're throwing money away along with valuable resources. The best part is zero waste strategies recommended in True require limited investments and have extremely fast payback periods, as short as 30 days. This is because True focuses on internal policies and procedures more than the installation of new infrastructure or technology. It's a pretty cool business tool for driving business efficiency and cost and investments. The True rating system offers 15 different categories, each focused on maximizing the life cycle of every product to promote a fully circular economy. And projects around the world are implementing these credits with impressive results and savings. Kellogg's engaged their employees to find ways to reduce their amount of waste generated and improved in less than 4 years from a below 50% waste diversion rate to 95.5%, enabling them to achieve True Gold certification. Since implementing their zero waste program in late 2013, they have reduced their cost of waste management by 67%, a savings of over $55,000 per year. In employing In addition to employing these strategies in the true rating system, implementing zero waste practices and programs also creates jobs and strengthens local economies, which is more crucial now than ever. The US recycling industry, for example, employs 1.25 million people, and yet we only recycle a fraction of our waste. It is estimated that increasing the US recycling rate to 75% could create 1.1 million new green jobs. It was clear that zero waste is not just good for the planet and improving human health, it's also good for a business's bottom line. At GBCI, our vision is that all businesses and facilities should commit to a zero waste future and deliver on it. This is why we are investing significantly in the rating system to help projects around the world realize this transformative goal. So last week, we announced that pre-certification and recertification is now available to true projects. Pre-certification recognizes projects that have implemented the fundamental actions and policies needed to effectively pursue zero waste and have a demonstrated commitment to achieving true. Pre-certification is available to all projects, regardless of the level of diversion performance that has been achieved. It is the first step any project can take towards true certification. Now, recertification recognizes projects that have already been certified and are engaged in a continuous improvement process to demonstrate leadership after achieving their initial certification for maintaining and improving constantly on their zero waste efforts. True certified projects may recertify by providing annual performance data demonstrating that the project continues to meet zero waste requirements. We don't want projects to stop with one-time certification. We want them to prove it over and over again they are able to meet that zero waste goal. So projects may also recertify and pursue additional points to upgrade from their previous certification level, gaining increased recognition. So that means a project that just got true certified could go to silver, gold, platinum, and keep pushing themselves to a true zero waste future. And as I said earlier, true requires projects to achieve a minimum of 90% diversion rate. And we recognize it's a very high bar. And this means only certain projects around the world can pursue true at this point. If you look at this, only 221 projects have come into the pipeline yet. And the reason is the bar is very, very high. It's one of the toughest rating systems to achieve. And we're going to keep it that way. But however, we will help all projects to get started. So we have introduced an incremental pathway. So every project can pursue true based on where they are and work towards meeting the minimum diversion rate required by true and eventually get their true certification. I think this new pathway will allow us to accelerate even further our zero waste transformation efforts. So there is no more excuse for any project not to participate in the true certification. That's what I mean. So I'm also pleased to announce that today we introduced 2 new true credits in support of COVID-19 and our network of true advisors. The True Safety First credit was first developed in response to COVID-19 and promotes the health and safety of personnel associated with solid waste management at true facilities. The intent of the credit is simple, is to understand and eliminate adverse health impacts associated with solid waste management activities and to promote worker health and safety in the long term. The requirements outlined are best practices that facilities should consider implementing at any time, not just during COVID, to promote health and safety of their personnel. In our current environment, it is also important that learning continues and is recognized. We understand many of you are looking to gain new skills and add new credentials. GBCI's True Advisor Certification Program provides a comprehensive curriculum for the individuals who want to learn about zero waste and support businesses in implementing zero waste initiatives and true certification. To further support and encourage this, GBCI is introducing a True Advisor credit to recognize projects that have true advisors on their teams. So as you can see, there's a lot going on within GBCI to advance our vision for a zero waste future, and I hope you are excited as I am. As I close, I want to leave you all with some ways you can help us to advance true. First and foremost, we need all of you to act and build capacity. For LEAD, we have 205,000 LEAD professionals. We need more true advisors than that. So if you have not already taken the True Advisor exam, please earn your professional certificate, and we are here to help. Second, engage in your facility to understand how waste is managed and help improve it. Now, if you're not at your work facility yet, start focusing in your household. If you're just getting started, the simplest way to do this is by conducting or supporting a waste audit to understand where your waste is coming from in the first place. Third, encourage your facility to register, pursue, and certify a project with True. And don't forget, we have introduced a new incremental pathway option, so you can get just started today. Fourth, please sign up for the True newsletter and watch some of our upcoming live events or educational courses. Even better, be prepared to teach one in your community, and we are happy to help. And all of these can be accessed at our truegbci.org website, true.gbci.org. Feel free to visit, register, and let us know what we can do better. And last but not the least, please spread the word about True on social media. For example, as soon as if you get off this call, please tweet from your own handle your commitment to really advance the zero waste mission. So solving this challenge together will take hard work, but the benefits to human health, our natural ecosystems, and the global economy are worth the effort. Please join us to expand and grow the True movement. Thank you all.